Good morning, folks, and welcome back to my podcast. This is George Nathaniel for you. As I always do, I come back with very simple and relevant topics that relates to each one of you. Well, what is my topic for today? My topic for today came in as a request from one of my regular listeners of my podcast and readers of my blog. The request was on a topic called Over the Top. So, folks, over the top is a very big subject and a very huge topic to talk about. But as I am very generic and I give you a chance to think for yourself in your own ways over different things that can be classified, let me share what was the best advice I have received on over the top. Well, the advice given to me is over the top is not about being over and above anything and everything. It is about being the best within the efforts of your abilities. Over the top is as simple as being your best in whatever you do, putting in the best efforts, getting the best results, putting in all the dedication required, and taking things as important and, of course, valuing everything. So, folks, over the top to me is as simple as being your best in every moment, putting in your best efforts in every moment, and ensuring the best results across every moment. It was a simple advice given to me over time. I continue to take this advice and follow the advice, but I leave it up to you. I'm sure each one is the best judge for themselves. So, folks, getting back to the topic about over the top. What are the few things that we can talk about or relate in a very generic manner? Well, to me, over the top, there are various things that can be adapted. So, when I'm talking about over the top, I would really define it in four simple ways. So, folks, as we relate to our personal lives, our professional lives, our goals, our contribution towards our environment, contribution in everything that we do. Let us relate to four simple topics that can always ensure that we are over the top. Well, what are the four simple topics? The first topic that I would say is benchmarking. Benchmarking is always important. It is always important to benchmark on the ability and look at scaling new heights. So, benchmarking is nothing but an evaluation check. It's about ensuring that we can put in our best efforts. It's about ensuring that we can better the efforts. So, benchmarking is definitely number one on the list. Second on the list, I would say, is a reality check. So, when I'm talking about reality check, what I need to understand is every effort takes equal amount of results, no matter how many times you may have excelled. So remember, a reality check is nothing but ensuring that things are not taken for granted. So, folks, reality check is number two on the list, which is very important. We need to be real. We need to be realistic, and we need to take everything on priority and put in our best over every efforts that we do. Number three on the list, I would say, is about excelling at par or course over results. So when I'm talking about excelling at par, I'm talking about very simple things. So what are the things that I would say? I would say self-evaluation. We need to do a self-evaluation based on our honesty and modesty. We need to be true in our evaluation. We need to take self-criticism. As we benchmark and as we effort our opportunities, we need to understand that we need to excel at par or we need to surpass our results. So, excelling at par is nothing but an evaluation check to make sure that every effort is bettered. Number four on the list for me is defining the goal or landmark. This is a very, very important check. I would say nothing should be taken for granted. Every effort comes with a cause or a purpose. We just need to ensure that every end result achieves a goal or landmark. In simple course of language, I would say put an achievable target to every action and of course get the relevant results. So it's important that whatever we do, there has to be a reason why we're doing it. There has to be a reason beyond why we're doing it. There has to be a result out of our course of action. So, folks, as we sit down and as we evaluate over these four very simple topics, four very simple subject lines, four very important things that we need to adapt when we talk about over the top. I will repeat those four once again. So I would say number one is benchmarking. Number two is a reality check. Number three is excelling at power. Number four is defining the goal or landmark. So folks, as we sit down and as we spend those precious moments for ourselves, as we do a self-evaluation, let us understand how much of this are we actually applying over our personal and professional lives. What has been our contribution to results? How can we better our results? And of course, most importantly, how we can make the best of all the precious time that we put into all these efforts and results. So folks, I leave you with a very simple one-liner. So go for the next goal with a focus and determination to landmark. So when I say go for the next goal with all the focus and determination to landmark, I mean whatever efforts you put in over your next goal, whatever efforts you put in over the next opportunity, make sure it results. Make sure it has some value and make sure it has some meaning to what you are doing. And remember the four important aspects that we spoke about: benchmarking, reality check, excelling at power, and defining the goal and landmark. I'm sure if we are able to follow these few simple generic things, then all our results can get better. We can definitely progress along our pathways. We can progress along life. And of course, we can achieve bigger goals. Folks, my podcasts are always very simple and very generic because each one of us are under different situations. We are facing different circumstances. We have different goals. And of course, we have different visions. But if we collate this and make our own checklist on the doables, and as we work on our goals, as we work on progress, as we work on our contribution, as we work on making our lives better, helping make other lives better, and overall helping to make our environment better, or our wellness better, or our contribution better, we'll see that not just we are happy, but everyone will be happy all around us. Folks, I hope you like listening to my podcast. This is George Nathaniel. My podcast is available across all platforms. I also have my blog website, which is www.georgenathaniel.net. Come and listen to my podcast. Do share them. Come and read my blog topics which are different from my podcast. Send in your requests. I'll be happy to evaluate your request. I'll be happy to come back and speak about your requests. I thank my listener for putting in the request today on the topic over the top. Do keep sending in your requests and I will definitely try my best to speak about them and of course put in the best in what I do. Thank you so much folks for listening to my podcast. Enjoy the day and ensure that we put in the best results. We get the best results. And of course, I leave you with the one-liner that I spoke about. Go for the next goal with all the focus and determination to landmark. I wish you all a wonderful day ahead. This is George Nathaniel. Thank you so much.